Yo, how you guys going? Today I'm going to be answering some of the questions that you asked me on my Instagram stories. I'm a bit sick, if you can't tell, like this whole side of my face just feels blocked. But before we start, I got this package in the mail today. All of a sudden I can't open a simple package. It's in this little box, let's see what it is. Yep, you know that little plastic part that you put on your drone, like the little helmet for your drone? It's broken, like this part, I just used blue tack here to hold that together. So that's been annoying me for a couple of months now, so I thought I may as well just buy it. It's like 10 bucks off eBay. So I just wanted to get that out of the way before I started. Alright, so this first question is, what is the best tip you have for a beginner? This is a tip for literally anything. If you want to get better at anything, does not matter what it is, do it every single day. So if you want to get better at photography, take photos every single day. What's your motive and goal for photography? So my motive, what motivates me to go out and take photos would be my friends and other people who love doing the same thing as me. And my goal in photography is to inspire people to get out and take photos. It's as simple as that. Like, I want you to be able to watch my videos and then go out and actually execute, actually take photos, not just sit at home and watch another one. I mean, watch my videos, but don't just watch them and then not go out and take photos. Photo spots in Melbourne. Literally anywhere is a good spot to take photos. It just depends on like the angle you want to take it on, or the lighting of the environment, the weather of the environment. There's so many different things that can make a photography spot good. So I would say just generally around Melbourne, but a good spot that I would recommend you hit up would be Bourke Street Mall, because there's a lot of trams, a lot of people walking across the road there, and it can create a really cool chaotic shot, something like this. Why do so many Canon or Sony users look down to Nikon users? It's not the Sony or Canon users looking down on Nikon users. It goes back to the actual companies itself. And I think why it's funny is because the technology in Canon and Sony cameras is so much further in front than it is for Nikon. Alright, are you self-taught or have you studied photography somewhere? The way that I learned photography was by actually going out and doing it. So I said this in another video. I went to uni for photography for 2 weeks, and then I realized that it just wasn't for me. Like, the best way you can learn something is by going out and doing it, not by listening to someone telling you how to do it. Anyway, next question. Among your works, which one is your favorite and why? Now, I don't really have a favorite photo because I don't like to look all the way back on my work. I always like to move forward, and I constantly like to try and get better. But if I'm talking about one of my recent photos, it'd probably have to be this street photo I took, because I just love like the emotion that this guy is just giving off. He just got this really cool vibe about him. Alright, so I guess this sort of relates back to the previous photo. And this question is how to get a shallow depth of field on something large, for example, a whole person. And then the way that I created this effect was by using a zoom lens, which is my 70-200. Like, I love this lens. It's probably my favorite lens to use. Not probably, it is definitely my favorite lens to use for street photography. And I'd recommend it for you, but it is fucking expensive. So it's something to save, something to work towards, definitely. But yeah, 70-200 is how you get depth in photos like this. When did you start doing photography? I started 4 years ago. What is your most useful lens? If I could only have one lens ever, it'd have to be the 24-70, because it allows me to get wide shots as well as nice zoom shots with that nice depth of field. What program do you use to edit your photos? I use Adobe Lightroom, and I would suggest that you use it as well. I'll link it down below where you can buy it from. How to get money from photography? So think about this. Every single business there is right now, whether it's a small one or huge one, either needs or has some form of social media. And that means that they need photos to post to that social media. What's the best starter camera and lens? So if you're starting out in photography, you literally have nothing other than your phone to shoot. Use your phone, because you can learn all the principles of photography on your phone, about lighting, depth of field, angles, all that sort of stuff. How do you think of new original ideas? Everything has already been done before. Literally, like, everything. So nothing's completely original. But a great way to source inspiration for some ideas that you already have would be to go on Pinterest. I highly recommend that. Is being a photographer a hard thing to get good at? It seems like fun, and hobbies. I think that maybe that scared the shit out of me. Siri just started talking. So if photography is your hobby, then it shouldn't be a hard thing to get good at, because the only thing you're going to get good at something is by doing it every day, which I probably just said about 1 minute ago. What's an affordable lens everyone should have? A good lens that I would recommend you for around $1,000 would probably be one of the Sigma Art lenses. I just posted on my story asking you guys if you had any last minute questions for this video, so I'm going to answer one of them now. Let's have a look. Alright, we'll do this one. occupations you wanted to do when you were a kid. I think it was just like the classic ones, like being an astronaut or being a firefighter, all those sort of things. So I never actually thought I'd be a photographer until a couple of years ago. That's what I really wanted to do. So there you go. Anyways, this is the end of the Q&A video. If you like this video, maybe give it a like. And if you want to learn more about photography, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to get better at your photography. So as always, stay inspired, keep creating, and I'll see you in the next one.